I had a sex question, didn't know who to ask, till I went to Sex in South Beach and got hooked up real fast.
So now it's time for our audience questions, and let's get down to it. So, I know I won't get married until after I finish medical school, which is about 8 years away. I'm of a religious background where nothing can enter my vagina before my husband's penis. Many of my friends engage in anal sex to get around this religious rule, and I probably will too. I know this is risky, and I want to bring my own condoms to the party, but don't want my potential partners thinking that I'm a whore. What's the best way to go about this?
Shut the back door.
That was a lot, right?
What is with people and their butt sex?
A couple of weeks ago, we did a show on anal sex. What the study showed when we did that episode was that women actually are not even enjoying anal sex. Most women do not enjoy anal sex, and they do it as a result of peer pressure. And that the girls who really do want anal sex are the girls who really identify with, like, I'm a bad girl, and this is a taboo thing.
Yeah. And I think I might know one girl who loves it, but I didn't believe her, so I don't know, like...
She was like,
she's like, I love it! And I was like, why are you messing with me? She's like, no, it's great! And I was like, I'm just not even going to talk to you anymore.
Well, different strokes or different votes. Now back to our audience members. So the first thing, I think it's great that you want to bring your own condoms because you know that anal sex is risky. And anal sex is riskier than vaginal sex because there is no flexibility in the anus materials. There's no elasticity. How the vagina has elasticity so it can stretch to accommodate different sizes. The anus isn't so stretchy. There's no spandex. No. In the anus. Or in the anus.
Nor should there be. And you're not passing a baby through your butthole.
So much more likely to tear. A few rips, a few tears. So it's very, very important.
This is a religious
to protect
thing?
yourself. Well,
that she's like,
and
try to...
when I was at Columbia University, actually, this was an issue. Certain religions, nothing can enter the vagina until the man's penis. And that means also that the women who are trying to abide by this religion, they're not getting their annual OBGYN exams because nothing can enter their vagina. So they're engaging in anal sex as a loophole, a religious loophole.
They know that's not right. They know that is not right.
But they're putting themselves at risk, so you can still get an STD.
Don't do it.
So yes,
member.
Okay, yes. Make him go downtown, and that's all you do.
That's right.
And you adhere to your religion.
And then...
Yes, tell him just don't put the tongue inside. No, that's... No.
Right. Well, I mean, it's clitoris?
Yes, clitoral stimulation.
Yeah, you don't
have
go
to put the tongue inside. And then
I don't even think I have a G-spot. There's no reason to go there.
Absolutely. And actually, that's another study. But we're okay. So the first thing is you really need to talk about it. You need to talk about it with your potential partner. Like, I will engage in anal sex with you if you decide to do that. And remember, just because your friends are doing it, just because everyone else is doing it, doesn't mean that you need to do it. Sex really should be about pleasure and because you have decided that you want to engage in this, not because it's the thing to do.
Absolutely.
And so first you need to talk about it and figure out whether or not you're really going to do this with this person. And if you are going to do this, then yes, tell him, I want to bring my own condoms, which I highly suggest because you don't know if his condoms are expired if he brings them. You don't know if he's poked a hole in his condoms. You don't know if he even was really, I always remember, was it that American Pie when they're pretending to use a condom but it was an Alka-Seltzer pack or something like that? One of those movies. So if you're only doing it from the back, you can't get pregnant from anal sex, but you can certainly contract an STD. So you want to make sure he's really putting on that condom because you can't really see.
I guess those female condoms wouldn't work for this situation, huh?
No.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, the female condoms, but they're really created for the vagina.
Right,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So if it's all of him.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Sorry for your pooper.
Yeah. So think about it. Oh, here's one from a very concerned father.
Uh-oh.
Okay, right. Ooh, my twin girls are going off to college, and I suspect they'll have sex. I want them to be safe. Do I really fund their condom supply and birth control pills? That was how he ended it. That's it.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
I know, poor dad. He's got twin girls.
But yes.
You know what my friend once said? With a guy, you only have one penis to worry about. With a girl, you have a million.
I'm going to say that to my brother. He's got 3 daughters.
Ooh, ouch.
3 gorgeous,
So
beautiful daughters. He's got a really hard future ahead of him.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. So hopefully this dad has started to talk to the girls from before the time that they're going
I think
away
he should
to
absolutely
college.
fund their...
Yes.
Because I think
He's
that...
got to fund the condom and the birth control supply.
I might be wrong. I think so. I might be
Yeah.
wrong about this, but I feel like if he does that, it takes the taboo away.
Right.
You know, if he says, don't you dare, I mean, that's the first thing that they're going to want to do.
Right. And then
Well, if he's like, here's some condoms, here's some birth control, they're going to be like, oh.
Dad.
Maybe they're going to be thinking about that the next time they make a maybe
Absolutely.
not the wisest choice in the world. You know?
Absolutely. And I also think he can really help them with the whole negotiation process and discussing the relationship dynamics. Like, look, when guys, sometimes I have my research assistants, when I talk at a college, sometimes I have my male research assistants come with me, and they're like medical students, and they're like studs, and they're all hot, because once you get to medical school, you're hot, even though you were a nerd in college, but now you're in medical school, you're a hot guy. And they tell, actually, the younger undergrad college students and the high school students, sometimes we get that, no, we just want sex. We actually are never going to marry you. We have no plans to be with you. No matter what we say, we will not even remember your name in 5 years.
Ouch.
And girls are like, oh, and they're crying, and they haven't even had sex with these guys. But the reason why I bring these guys is because it's a very different message when you have young men who are hot guys telling women about this versus me, a young woman, telling women about this.
Right.
So it's really important. I think from a male perspective, this is their dad writing in about them. He can really explain those relationship dynamics. When guys are young, many times they're just not mature enough to really value you. They just want the poo panty, and they're trying to get those panties, and that's all they're really thinking about is right now. And again, I
can't argue with you. Yeah.
Protect those girls. Protect those girls, because daddy, you do not want to be a granddaddy before it's time.
Right.
Oh, this is a great show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Holly Peno, it's the
Thank you
last
so much.
Friday. Kill your idol. You can see the founder of
Beach.
Shameless
That's
Burlesque. Burlesquing it all. So if you want to make your trip to South Beach spectacular, you need to stop by and see Miss Holly Peno doing her burlesque show. And
Shameless
it is a
Burlesque.
whole different type
That's
of
right.
education.
That's right.
It's a
That's
whole
right.
different type of education up
I
in
could
there.
possibly teach you how to twirl a tassel.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Shameless
Or bang with the
Burlesque.
paddle.
Last
Yes.
Friday of every month. Kill your idol.
Yes. Ooh, and remember that the best sex is always warm, wrapped up, and wonderlicious.
Meow.
Wow. Thanks for tuning in to Sex in South Beach. We'll see you next time. Ciao.
And today's homework is go to sexinSouthBeach.com, join the VIP list, and for your daily dose of nooky knowledge, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And you don't want to miss the Sex in South Beach podcast on iTunes and Podcast Planet. A whole world of awesome.
I think one of the most difficult things during this age is the sexual negotiation. How do I say, I will have sex with you, but only if it's going to be a monogamous relationship, and only if we use a condom, and I have a birth control pill, and we take our HIV test, and you go downtown.
Right.
and you go downtown, because that's very important.
What is sense? As told to Dr. Roth and Holly Peno.
Sense fragrance. This is something I created based on my scientific background, and I've put all of these smells together, and they're scientifically proven to arouse sensual desire by helping blood rush down to the genitals. It can actually improve the blood flow to the genitals by up to 40%. So whenever I wear it, people are always like, wow, this smells so good. They're all everyone in my office, actually my dentist, maybe I do think it does something for him.
I got told I smell like candy.
Yes, and people want to eat you, which is but I actually think it's the physiological reaction that they're having. And these smells have actually shown that they actually
Oh, yeah.
inspire a physiological reaction. And not only so, it doesn't only smell great, it actually helps you get your sex life a little bit hotter, you know?
Can't beat that.
Yeah, and you know, I use it.
Get yours today at drsonjia.com.